South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos with 6 great days of racing starting on Friday, September 12th. The opening weekend feature is the E.B. Johnston Stakes, with past winners including the Chosen Vron and Kings River Knight. On Saturday, September 20th, we'll have the running of the Dark Mirage and also our on-track handicapping contest with 2 berths to the National Handicapping Championship in Las Vegas. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, September 12th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Sunday as we wrap up another week of looking at the great sport of kings Las Vegas style right here from Las Vegas, Nevada at our studio here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard and the South Point Studios streaming network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, welcoming all the folks to listen to us on our local radio station here, our anchor station here in Las Vegas, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. Websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global, iPhone, Android, and Google phone with the apps, the KSHP apps, and, of course, the YouTube app, and anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to the Race Day Show for this Sunday. Well, our handicappers continue to get us some winners from yesterday's racing and the weekend, so we'll take a look at the results all over the country in just a moment or two, but I want to remind you that coming up next week, they've got the $1 Million Cotillion for 3-year-old fillies and the $1 million Pennsylvania Derby for 3-year-olds at Parks Racing. It'll be a big day of racing there. We have the probables for the Pennsylvania Derby. I'll go over that with Jonathan Ardoon when we bring him on, that's for sure. Want to congratulate Aidan O'Brien. He won the Irish Champion Stakes for the 13th time yesterday with his trainee LaCroix. Delacroix, I should say. Delacroix wins the Irish Champion Stakes for Aidan O'Brien's 13th win there. And, of course, several horses around the country and, of course, several horses overseas won Breeders' Cup win in your in races yesterday. And so we continue with that as we count down to the Breeders' Cup. We got about, 46, 47 days to go to the Breeders' Cup. And we're planning all of the great things that we do here at the South Point for Breeders' Cup, as we always do. We've got the special Breeders' Cup show coming here on YouTube that week, leading up to the Breeders' Cup. We got the Friday night Breeders' Cup seminar here live in the Grandview Lounge, which is right next to the race book on that Friday night, right after the first day of the 2-day Breeders' Cup. And, of course, the big Breeders' Cup party in the big room here at the South Point as well. We'll fill you in all on that a little bit later on, but make your plans to be here. We're going to have a lot of fun, that's for sure. And we're going to put our handicappers to the point, just get us some winners there in the Breeders' Cup, that's for sure. They did well yesterday. As we look at what happened yesterday at Woodbine, they had those 5 big stakes races, 3 of them which were Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in races. And the first of the 5, as it rolled out on the day yesterday, was the Summer Stakes for 2-year-olds at a mile on the turf, a Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in race. The winner there was Argos. Got a great ride by Flavian Pratt for Riley Mott, paying $15.70, outrunning Wild Desert and 2 Out Hero, who finished 3rd in that race. Argos wins with a nice ride by Mr. Flavian Pratt. The Ontario Matron for the older fillies and mares at a mile and 16th was the 7th race on the card. Caitlin Her Greatness won that race with Flavian Pratt aboard. Caitlin Her Greatness just disposed of the field, winning and paying as the favorite $3.70 for trainer Kevin Attard. Hurricane Claire was 2nd and 4 Flying was 3rd. And then we moved to the 2nd of the 3 Breeders' Cup win-in-your-run races, the Natalma for 2-year-old fillies at a mile on the turf. The winner there was Corsia Veloce. Corsia Veloce with Fraser Albe for trainer Josie Carroll paid $26.50. And, straightening out my throat here, and if you remember, when we went over the 3 Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in races yesterday on the show, Jonathan Hardoon liked this horse, picked this horse as a possible upsetter in the race. Corsica Veloce, $26.50. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for that winner. Josie Carroll and, of course, Fraser Abley winning that race. And then the $1 million Grade 1 Woodbine Mile at a mile on the turf. This was the other Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in race, and the winner there was Godolphin's Notable Speech, who ran a huge race to win and run down the leaders. Top of the stretch, William Buick aboard for Charles Appleby. Big favorite in the race. Notable Speech paid $2.80. Remember, he was 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Mile last year at Del Mar. He wins the Woodbine Mile on his way for a second chance at the Breeders' Cup Mile at Del Mar. Big favorite, prohibitive favorite, $2.80 there. Second in the race was My Boy Prince, and finishing 3rd was Gas Me Up. That in the Woodbine Mile. Godolphin, Appleby, Buick, Notable Speech on the way to the Breeders' Cup Mile. And then the Grade 3 Vigil at 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, won by Simcoe. Simcoe wins for Rafael Hernandez and Katarina Veseliva, and that horse paid $4.60 as the favorite. This horse in 2025 has had now 7 starts, 5 wins, and 2 seconds. So Simcoe, a very gem of consistency there, winning the Vigil. And Josie Carroll came back and won another race on the card, the 11th race with Albie again, paying $38.60. So they had a big day yesterday at Woodbine. But good races, solid races by all there at Woodbine. And, boy, notable speech. What a big win that was yesterday at Woodbine. Churchill Downs had 5 stakes races yesterday. It started out, the day started out with Jose Ortiz and Mark Cassie getting together for their first wins of the day, paying $4.56. Ortiz came right back in the second race to cap off the early double for Tom Amos, paying $5.04. Tyler Gaffleone got in the winner's circle in the third race for the first time yesterday. William Walden trainee at $5.76. So you had three dead favorites in the first 3 races at Churchill. But then the fourth race came in and paid $56.64, making the pick 5 a little bit more payoff, that's for sure. The 5th race for 2-year-old maidens was won by Baraka. Tyler Gaffleone's second win for Brendan Walsh, paying $19.44. That capped off the early pick 5 at $3,900 plus. And then the stakes races started. The Pocahontas for 2-year-old fillies. This is the first point getter for the Kentucky Oaks of next year. Well, the winner that got those points was Taken by the Wind for Ired Ortiz Jr. and Kenny McPeak, paying $14.10, outrunning Miss Complicated and Joke Maker. Taken by the Wind, the first to garner Kentucky Oaks points for next year's Kentucky Oaks. And then the Locust Grove was the 7th race on the card for older fillies and mares at 1 mile and 16th. The winner there was Royal Spa. Tyler Gaffleone's third win of the day for Rudolph Brissett, paying $4.62, outrunning Alpine Princess and Regaled. The Iroquois for 2-year-olds was the first in the Kentucky Derby points getters for next year. These 2-year-olds and the Iroquois. The winner there was Spice Runner. This horse ran green all through the stretch. He bore out, then he bore in, then he bore out, but he was running, and he was running hard, and Spice Runner got the job done. Jose Ortiz's third win of the day for Steve Asmussen, paying $12.38. Comport was second, Vost was third, and so that was the first point getter for the next year's Kentucky Derby, Spice Runner. And then the Open Mind Stakes was won by Positano Sunset for Julien Leperoux and Ian Wilkes. This was a very hard-fought win for Positano Sunset, paying $3.88, outrunning Mink Palace and Taxed. And then the Louisville Thoroughbred Society Stakes, the 5th stakes race on the card yesterday. The winner there was Ben Tornado. Ben Tornado with Ired Ortiz Jr. getting his second win of the day for Jose D'Angelo. Paid $5.56, outrunning Hear My Song and Skelly, who finished third in the race. Ben Tornado came off a 10-month layoff to run the 6 furlongs in 1 minute 8 and 43/100 Great job done by trainer Jose D'Angelo to have this horse ready to go in the Louisville Thoroughbred Society there. Pick 6 was very formful yesterday at Churchill, paid $468.77. At Belmont at Aqueduct, Kendrick Carmouche had a big day, wins the first race for Todd Pletcher, paying $2.74. Then in the 4th race, Junior Alvarado and Bill Mott got together again for another win. That 4th race winner for 2-year-olds, Expressway, paid $20.68. Later on, Javier Castellano got a win with day 1 starter in the 6th race for 2-year-old maidens, paying $9.44 for Shug McGahee. But this was a dramatic race because right at the top of the stretch, Manny Franco tried to get inside of that winner, Schoolyard Superman, clipped heels, couldn't get through the opening on the rail, clipped heels and went down hard. The horse went down as well. And Manny Franco had a horse behind him just step around him. Miraculously, Franco got up and walked off, went to the first aid to get checked out, and the horse was captured by the outrider. Both the horse and jockey were fine, but boy, it was a dramatic-looking spill in that 6th race. Junior Alvarado and Belmont got together for their second win of the day, another 2-year-old race, a 2-year-old maiden race, Noble Dynasty paying $5.24. So it looks like Mott's got some nice 2-year-olds as well. Manny Franco came back and rode the rest of the day after that horrible-looking spill, and he won the 8th race aboard Slap in the Face. Appropriately named, I guess. Slap in the Face, Manny Franco aboard for Tony Dutrow, paid $7.46. Then Kendrick Carmouche and Todd Pletcher got together for their second wins of the day together in the 9th race, paying $3.76 with the Class Assist. And then in the featured Floral Park, Luna Luisca wins the Floral Park for Kendrick Carmouche's 3rd win of the day. This one for Gustavo Delgado, paying $11.94, outrunning Love Appeals and Mrs. Gambolini. And in the 11th race, make it 4 on the day for Kendrick Carmouche. He wins the final race of the day with Hedge the Risk. Joe Sharp, the trainer there, paying $6.12. But that 2-to-1 shot wins it. An 87-to-1 shot ran second. A 24-to-1 shot ran third. And a 19-to-1 shot ran fourth. So the $1 super in that last race paid $19,086.26. What a way to end the day there at Belmont at Aquark. Pick 6 paid $2,292 and change. Finally, at Los Alamitos yesterday, well, not finally, but next at Los Alamitos yesterday, Edgar Payeras is turning out to be the leading jockey there at Los Al. He won the second race for Craig DeLossie, paying $10.40. Came back in the 4th race for Martin Valenzuela Jr., paying $47.20 with a horse called Big Bet. That was one of the link-ups in Jerry J's play on the show yesterday. His key horse ran second. And if you did that reverse, as he tells you to do all the time, then you hit the dollar exacta that paid $81.90. And the trifecta that paid $202.10 for the dollar because his one of his link-ups ran third. So congratulations with Jerry J's reverse play there at Los Alamitos. And then in the 7th race, William Anton Georgi gets together with Edward Freeman with Stolen Treasure, paying $46.60. The 8th race, Clubhouse Bride for Tyler Bays and Ian Kruljack, paid $13.80. In the 9th race, the E.B. Johnston Stakes, the winner there was Mano Rose in an easy afternoon gallop, really. Edwin Maldonado going gate to wire on the Jeff Mullins trainee, paying $2.80 as the prohibitive favorite, outrunning Stamp My Passport and Mystic Spirit. Time of the race, 1:35.52 for the mile. He wins this E.B. Johnston Stakes for the 2nd year in a row. Man arose. And then the last race winner, Distant Fleet, paid $3.60. I say that. I gave you the last 4 prices in the late pick 4 because John Lindo had that late pick 4 on his sheet that started out with a $46 horse, and the $1 pick 4 on his sheet paid $594.60 for a $24 layout in that race. Nobody had the 6 yesterday at Los Al. They got a carryover today. Finally, at Laurel Park, the Sensible Lady Turf Dash was won by Tupi, $5.40 there. Daniel Centeno for Graham Motion. The All Along Stakes was won by No Show Sammy Joe. Jorge Ruiz for Graham Motion, so he gets 2 winners in a row. The All Along winner paid $2.80 as the big favorite. And the Laurel Turf Dash was won by Had to Have Him. Had to Have Him wins the race and pays $8.20. And that is the wrap-up from yesterday. All right, well, we got a lot to cover today because we got Jonathan Hardoon back with us. We've got, of course, Jerry Jackowitz. We've got John Lindo. We got Rich Eng. Rich Eng, I want to thank Rich Eng for that winner yesterday in football. Georgia Tech won the game outright, and he was getting 3.5 points as well. So Richie gets a win in football as well. The handicappers are doing well. And, of course, we have Bob Mazursky back with the Los Alamitos Report. And your racing menu coming up next, so don't go away. We'll be right back on your Sunday show. Get chatting on the chat box.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos with 6 great days of racing starting on Friday, September 12th. The opening weekend feature is the E.B. Johnston Stakes, with past winners including the Chosen Vron and Kings River Knight. On Saturday, September 20th, we'll have the running of the Dark Mirage and also our on-track handicapping contest with 2 berths to the National Handicapping Championship in Las Vegas. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, September 12th.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas, and we will be taking a look at the probables for the Pennsylvania Derby with Jonathan Ardoon right after we do your racing menu for today. Reminding you, as we always do, first post times are Pacific, so if you're anywhere else, adjust to the Pacific time zone, and you'll be fine. Don't want you to miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. Temperatures today in Las Vegas. It's a beautiful day here in Vegas. 73 degrees. We're going to get up to 97 today in Las Vegas. And as far as the temperatures around the country, Phoenix, Arizona is still the hottest in the country. 100 degrees are going to be there today. Miami, 87. New York, 82. Chicago, 80. Southern California at 85 degrees. As far as any precipitation, looks pretty well clear around the country for all of the racing centers. Here's your racing menu for today. And again, first post times are Pacific. We begin with Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 9 races today and a first post time of 9:10. 9:10 at Laurel today. They got a pick 6 jackpot carryover, $4,044. 9:10 first post there. Delaware Park is next. Delaware Park has a nice pick 5 carryover today, $40,113. It's a regular pick 5 too. Regular pick 5 at Delaware Park. 10 races, a couple of $100,000 stakes races. The Small Wonder for 2-year-old fillies is the third, and the First State Dash for 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs is the 6th. First post time at Delaware Park for their 10 races set at 9:45. Churchill Downs continues. Churchill Downs has 10 races today. They have a pick 6 jackpot carryover, $49,498 at Churchill Downs, and they also have a super high 5 carryover of $5,819. 10 races Churchill, first post time 9:45. Gulfstream Park has a mandatory payout in their jackpot pick 6 today. Their Rainbow Jackpot Pick 6 carryover, $131,407. Take the jackpot provision off. Best tickets are going to chop up the carryover and all the money bet into the pool today. 10 races at Gulfstream. First post time is at 9:50. Monmouth Park, it's closing day at the shores of New Jersey. Monmouth Park has mandatory payoffs today on everything out the door, including their Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $19,030. Again, jackpot provision off. Best tickets are going to take down the entire pot, including the carryover. And you got 9 races at Monmouth. The feature race on closing day is the Joey PH handicap. That'll be the 7th on the card. First post time on closing day at Monmouth Park is also at 9:50. Woodbine has 10 races today. Woodbine has a first post time today of 10:05. 10:05 at Woodbine today. Belmont at Aqueduct has 9 races at Belmont at Aqueduct today. First post time is at 10:10. The Athena Stakes is the Athena Stakes is the feature. That's the 4th on the card. At a mile and a ninth on the inner turf course for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. A field of 11 before scratches. Good competitive race too. The 2-1 favorite there is Whiskey Decision with Flavian Pratt aboard. First post time at Belmont at Aqueduct for their 9 races is set at 10:10, 10:10 at Belmont at Aqueduct. Hawthorne has 8 races. Hawthorne Racecourse first post time is set at 12:40 at Hawthorne. Los Alamitos Thoroughbreds, 8 races today. First post time is at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock today at Los Alamitos. That pick 6 carryover today, $20,950. $20,950 carryover in the pick 6 today at Los Al Thoroughbred with 8 races and a first post time of 1 o'clock this afternoon. Prairie Meadows. Prairie Meadows has a first post time for their 10 races at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock at Prairie Meadows for their first post time. They got a pick 5 jackpot carryover, $4,054. First 3 races are going to be quarter horses. The last 7 will be thoroughbreds. Again, first post time is at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then we wrap it up this evening with the nighttime card at Los Alamitos that starts at 5:45. 5:45 is the post time for the 8 races tonight at Los Al. First race will be thoroughbred race, and then the last 7 will be quarter horses. The last race on the card, though, is the Futurity at 350 yards for 2-year-olds for a purse of $260,000. Again, Los Al, first post time for their 8 races tonight. The nighttime card is at 5:45. All right, time to get started with our handicappers. Let's go out to Jonathan Hardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. You know, everybody was telling me on the show, he says, oh, you know, when you ask Jonathan to go to those extra races, you should see the look on his face. But yet, you come up with some nice horses in that, including yesterday at Woodbine, a $26 horse.
Yeah, I think I'll have you pick the races I should do every day, and I'll probably be doing a lot better than I am. But
No.
Listen, can't complain. Winner is a winner.
Absolutely. And by the way, I know that, you know, we say, okay, this is his official pick on the show. But people who listen to the show like I do, if they listen and you like a horse and you say that on the air, my goodness, when the horse is going off at 12, 13 to 1, you know that it's going to make a bet. So it's just as good as making an official pick. So nice pick there yesterday. Listen, we got the Pennsylvania Derby. It's the last big race exclusively for 3-year-olds. It's $1 million purse, and it happens next Saturday, okay? In addition to the Cotillion for the 3-year-old fillies for $1 million. A big day at Parks Racing next Saturday. The probables look like this as they get ready and set to enter the race. Gossiger, Baeza, Goal Oriented, Magnitude, Moplex, Big Trues, Nevada Beach, So Sandy, David of Athens, At the Belly, and Chunk of Gold. Not a bad field for $1 million.
No, and a couple of those are Baffert horses that he's shipping in, and I guess Baeza will be the favorite, you know, due to running second and third to Sovereignty, and he ran against Journalism, so he was in all the big hard races, obviously, you know, but Magnitude, even though he disappointed last time out coming into that race, he was coming off of a couple of solid efforts. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully the weather cooperates. If you remember, Ralph, the last couple of years, on that particular day, it rained so hard. I remember last year they were going to take races off the grass. The year before, the weather interfered with it. So hopefully they have a nice weather and some good, clean racing.
Yes, and that's coming up on Saturday. Of course, we still have today's racing to go. And Jonathan, I know you got several sheets out there. I think you have a handicapping sheet for Belmont at Aqueduct, Churchill, and for Los Alamitos. So you know we're going to tag you for all three. A pick on all 3 of those races. But looking ahead, I should say not ahead, but looking at yesterday's results around the country, anything stick out to you?
No, it was just good racing, clean racing, you know, no major surprises for the most part. It was, and you listen, Churchill, it's tough. They either give you real short price horses or some bombs that you scratch your head trying to figure out, but that's Churchill. So it's good, and let's hope the racing continues good there. I have one question, Ralph. Can't you convince Bob Mazursky when he comes on after me to have Los Al add a late pick 5? John Lindo gave out the pick 4 yesterday. I'm sure if he was giving out the late pick 5, he may have given it out. And with the pick 4 paying, I think, $500 or whatever it was, could you imagine?
$594. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a late. They give you a late pick 4 for $1. People would much rather play a late pick 5. Let's be honest. The pick 5 pools are so much bigger than the pick 4 pools, and I just think the players would appreciate it more. Just my opinion.
I will relay your request to Bob Mazursky, but I know that they try to keep the betting pattern for the daytime.
Because the problem is they'll have 8 races and they'll overlap, and that's probably the reason why.
No,
Here's
the basic reason. The basic reason is that is the betting. That's the betting pattern for the nighttime races, and they don't want to confuse. They don't want to confuse people, so they just use the same one in the afternoon. But you're right. I'd like to have a pick 5 in the last 5 races.
I know a lot of people would.
Sure.
And I'm sure they've heard about it. We're not the first people to bring it up, but I just think it's something they should consider.
Look, all you're trying to do out there, Mr. Hardoon, is help the handle.
That's it. Help the players too. I mean, besides the handle.
Well, they are the handle. That's why we,
Exactly.
Well, I won't ask you to give me any other races than the 3 picks you have today, because simply put, there's no other great stakes races out there today. So let's get started with your official picks on the show, even though when you say you like a horse in a race, people pay attention as well.
Okay, let's look at the 8th race at Belmont for the first of our radio plays. And I like the number 2 horse in here, Melly Mel, a 3-year-old filly from the Orlando Noda barn. This horse was claimed last time out for $17,500. He jumps her up to $50,000. He's off to a good start at the meet. Dylan Davis rides 7-2 on the morning line. I like number 2, Melly Mel, to win today's 8th race out at Belmont at Aqueduct.
Belmont at Aqueduct, I got to tell you, for that track, it's a little bit of anemic fields today. In that race, it's a 7-horse field, but nevertheless, he's 7-2, and it is a competitive race. There's a lot of horses that are around the same morning line price. You like number 2, Melly Mel, the 2, Melly Mel, Dylan Davis, in the 8th race at Belmont at Aqueduct. Where are we going next?
Let's go to Churchill, race 6, a mile and a 16th on the main track. Number 8, Papa Yo. You talk about horses for courses. Well, this horse is 3 for 3 at Churchill. I love the rider switch today to Tyler Gaffleone. I think this horse is going to be on or near the lead. Number 8, Papa Yo, wins today's 6th race out of Churchill Downs.
All right, all we can say is, yo, Papa. In the 6th race, number 8, Papa Yo. The 8, Papa Yo, Tyler Gaffleone aboard. Boy, is he riding hot right now at Churchill. In the 6th race, the 8-horse Papa Yo is your play there at Churchill, and I would imagine you have one at Los Al.
Yeah, let's look at the 2nd race today, and I like the number 2 horse in here, Malibu Rocks, a 4-year-old gelding who is stabled all year round at Los Al, so I think that gives this horse somewhat of an advantage. One start at Los Al when he finished 2nd that day. He's listed at 9-2 on the morning line. He's drawn inside. I think he's going to show speed today. I like number 2, Malibu Rocks, to win today's 2nd at Los Alamitos.
2nd race today at Los Alamitos, part of their pick 5. The only pick 5, that's right. The 2nd race, number 2, Malibu Rocks. The 2, Malibu Rocks in the 2nd race, easy to remember, is Jonathan's play there. At Los Alamitos. Got 3 sheets, folks. Full handicapping for Los Al, Belmont at Aqueduct, and at Churchill Downs. Where?
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe. Be well. We'll talk on Wednesday.
All right. You got it, my man. We may even get a soapbox out of him on Wednesday. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. All right. We're going to go to Bob Mazursky standing by. Bob, good morning.
Hey, Ralph. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, my man. Boy, that horse in the feature race, the E.B. Johnson yesterday, off a 10-month layoff, won like an afternoon gallop.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Mullins was very confident going in, and even more so after the race. Once they got into the first turn, the race was over because he got the lead so easily. And that horse, when he makes the lead by himself, is very, very tough. He's 8 for 15 now, lifetime. Won this race for the 2nd year in a row. Wasn't quite as easy as last time. He won by 8 last year and only 5 3/4 this year. But the ironic thing is that he ran the exact same final time as he did a year ago, to the 100th of a second.
Well, all I can say is that it was a mix of all sorts of winners yesterday at Los Al. We had a couple of $40 winners, some middle price winners, some favorites. It was a good mix on a competitive card yesterday at Los Alamitos.
Yes, it was. As you said, we had, big bet, won at 22-1, one of the races. We had a very lucrative early pick 5 payout. So, yeah, it was a good day. And then Edgar Payeras is now the leading rider after 2 days. He had a double on Friday and 2 more yesterday. So he now leads Kimura for 4-3.
I know. It's nice to see a guy like him on the leaderboard and leading the way, that's for sure. He knows how to ride that track.
No, he does. He's the nighttime leader in thoroughbred wins pretty decisively. So yeah, he rides his track well. I think he's kind of an underrated rider because he has won some races at Santa Anita and Del Mar when he gets the opportunities.
Well, what do we got looking for today, Bob? We've got an 8-race cart, and again, some full field, some a little bit lighter, but nevertheless, you're averaging right around 7 horses per race throughout the entire 8 races today at Los Alamitos, and they are competitive races.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, like you said, the fields are a little bit shorter today than they were the first 2 days. But Racing Secretary Randy Valadez, I was talking to him Friday. He thinks that final week will go good. He's very optimistic about how the field size will be next week. So yeah, we have wrap it up this week with a 8-race card, and I think you're right. There are some races that are pretty wide open.
Now, Bob, when you talk about next week, the racing next week will be what days?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll wrap it up next Sunday. We have a stakes race on Saturday, the Dark Mirage, which is for fillies and mares at 1 mile. So that'll be the last stakes race of the meet, and we'll be off after today until Friday.
I'm going to take a wild guess that one might see Juan Hernandez riding something in that stakes race next week.
Yeah, Bob Baffert nominated quite a few horses, so you know he's going to run at least 1 or 2. He's won this race 2 out of the last 3 years, and I have a feeling whichever one he thinks is the best is the one Juan Hernandez will be on.
Yeah, no question about that. In the meantime, we have some great competitive racing today. Listen, I'm just passing along a message to you that you might want to pass along to Los Alamitos, but Jonathan Hardoon says, why do you guys not have a late pick 5?
Well, we did when we first started the thoroughbred meets, from what I remember. I don't remember exactly when the decision was made to move off that and go to the $1 pick 4s, but it was done. I think there was a lot of cannibalization of the, it seemed to affect the handle of both. So they just decided to just go with the 1 pick 5 and then the 2 $1 pick 4s.
All righty.
From what I remember for what was discussed at the time.
Okay, well, maybe they can revisit that because people really do like those late pick 5s as well. And we'd like to get a winner from you today.
I'm going to go to the 4th race. I like number 3, Last Call London. I just think this horse was overmatched last time. I think he's back with his friends today. He has a win in his second and 2 tries over this track in the daytime. Trainer Craig DeLassy has had a very solid year. He doesn't run a lot of horses, but he's done well. He had a winner yesterday with Code Duello, so let's hope he can make it 2 days in a row. Number 3, Last Call London, race 4.
4th race at Los Alamitos, part of their early and only pick 5 today in the 4th race. Number 3, Last Call London. The 3 in the 4th race, Bob Mazurski's play. And Bob, you're all over. They can get the rest of your picks all over the place.
Yeah, I do Southern California selections every day for at today'sracingdigest.com. Also do a graded handicap for the Southern California News Group chain, which includes the LA Daily News, Orange County Register, Long Beach Press Telegram, among several other newspapers.
There you go, my man. Busy, busy guy. Hey, thanks a lot, Bob. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, Ralph. Talk to you Friday.
All right, you got it, my man. In the meantime, we are going to take our next break, and when we come back, we got Rich Eng with us. Gave us a nice college football win yesterday. And he has a thought about an NFL game today, as well as another pick at the races, so don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is high stakes and wild cards. This is family and tradition. This is everything on the line. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now. LVMS.com.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, the listeners. Good morning, viewers.
Good morning, everybody out there who can see or hear us, right?
That's right. And I want to congratulate all the handicappers for the winners, and in particular, Jerry J, because I remember, Ralph, your mother, Mary, loved to bet Jerry J.
Yeah.
She probably had that reverse exact upstairs.
Yeah, she sure did. That's for sure. And he always professes with his key horses and his link-ups to always reverse. And as he says, you know, sometimes the reverse is better than the key horse winning, and that was the case yesterday. And you had a nice, solid win with Georgia Tech. I'm going to tell you, that's a tough team. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they this was one of their biggest hurdles on the schedule in the ACC, and Haynes King showed why I was so high on him. He can run the football, he can throw the football, and the defense is really good too. Love the coach, so they're really a strong football team. And the way they played the clock at the end, Ralph, they ended up kicking a long field goal, but it was the last play of the game, so it was either win or overtime.
Yeah, that's for sure. They had it all in their own way. And of course, a nice win there. Well, we got the NFL today, buddy. What are we doing here?
Well, I tell you what, also one thing, note real quick, and this is for anybody who bets football. When you bet a dog that you think have a chance to win, you should not only take the points, but also sprinkle a little bit of money on the money line, because you can get yourself a nice little extra if they get the job done, not only covering the spread, but actually winning the game outright. So a little bit on the underdog money line. The game today, Ralph, is game 257, 258. New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. I thought Dallas played much better than I thought they were going to against the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. They lost a close football game, but I was actually impressed by the coaching of Brian Schottenheimer, the way they move the football, the defense. I tell you what, if they had Micah Parsons, they would be, in my mind, they would be on the edge of being a playoff team potentially with Micah Parsons. But without him, they're a good team, but they're facing a wounded opponent in the New York Giants. They showed a lot of warts in the opener against Washington. I think this is a game where Dallas can name the score just about. -5.5 over the New York Giants.
All right, the Dallas Cowboys -5.5 over the New York Giants, and all the reasons that Richie just gave you. And losing Parsons was a big deal. But when you talk about Schottenheimer, that's off of a tree of very good coaching there. That's for sure. Marty's son, good stuff.
Yeah, Marty Schottenheimer, I believe, has the most wins in the National Football League without winning the Super Bowl. But in my mind, he's a Hall of Fame coach because he did the job at multiple franchises, winning records left and right.
Yep, no question about that. Hey, Richie, you got a handicap sheet today for Los Alamitos covering all the races. What are we doing there?
Race number 7, 6.5 furlongs. This is actually my favorite distance at Los Al. It's an elongated sprint, long run out of the chute, and long run in the finish line, too, the stretch run. Number 8, Lovin' on the Run is my pick, outside post position. Antonio Fresu, he doesn't ride that many horses, but he's always live, rides for Doug O'Neill. This horse won this condition 2 races back, if you take a look at your daily racing form. 3-1 on the morning line, the 8, Lovin' on the Run.
Yeah, 7th race, number 8, Lovin' on the Run. Rich Eng's pick off of his sheet today for the race day listeners, the 8 in the 7th race. And when you're talking about looking at the daily racing form, the Las Vegas edition here had Del Mar past performances on the form the other day. And it was everybody was kind of saying, wow, what? They're still at Del Mar? No, they're not. They was just a misprint, that's all.
Yeah, I actually got a couple of emails about that. Kiddingly, of course. I mean, nobody was super upset. The PP's past performances were correct
for Los
on the
Alamitos.
inside.
That's right.
Yep.
That's correct. All right. You have a great day, Richie, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks, Al. Good luck, everybody.
All right, our final break, and then John and Jerry wrap up this show and this week for us on the race day, so don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Join Jeff Parles and Alex White.
One of my favorite plays here is getting 2 touchdowns with Florida State.
Even though the total's been batted down a little bit, I still think it's okay to go under.
Chris Andrews and Vinny Magliulo.
I don't think this is a great Kansas City team. I think the Chargers win this game.
All right.
If you see a hook here, it's not going to last long.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Are we sure either of these quarterbacks are good?
Hell no, we're not sure.
Bet your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming live on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on the Race Day Las Vegas show. You know, the Football Frenzy show airs live at noon Pacific time on Fridays. But if you happen to miss it, and I hope you bring a note from your mom or your doctor. In any case, if you happen to miss it, you can go to YouTube right now and look for Sports by the Book and watch the Friday Football Frenzy show right now before you make your football selections and bets for today. But make sure you tie on for that on Fridays. Okay, let's go to John Lindo standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, my man. A nice tag in the pick four, the late pick four at Los Alamitos in your ticket that you had on your sheet for a $24 layout. You came with 4 horses in the first race in the sequence, and that produced a $47 winner, and that ignited a nice payoff of $594 for that $24 layoff. And again, a suggested late pick 4 on your lender report yesterday. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it worked out the right way because we had a 2-to-5 shot that was going to win the feature race yesterday, Mana Rose. So you had to try to find something in between that would spice up the payoff, and it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it sure did. That's for sure. And by the way, in that suggested late pick 4, you had 3 horses in that last race. Of course, the favorite one, the pays $594. But you had a big long shot. The horse actually ran fourth and ran incredibly well, and that thing was going to pay something like $8,000.
It was paying $11,000.
Oh, $11,000.
Yeah, went up at 50-1 and actually ran a pretty good race.
He sure did.
We'll take the profit where we can.
Yeah, well, he outran his odds, and it would have been nice to get that signer. But nevertheless, again, John Lindo's Lindo Report today will feature the last 5 races at Churchill Downs for a late pick 5 there. Is that correct? Right?
Yes, late pick 5 there, and they're off the turf today at Churchill Downs in the 1 race. And if you're also, Ralph, if you're playing that mandatory payout at Gulfstream Park, they are off the turf there today as well.
Yeah, they are going to be off the turf at those 2 places, and thanks for that reminder. And so you got one Lindo report sheet for the last 5 at Churchill Downs, and of course another Lindo report covering all the races at Los Alamitos, and again another suggested late pick 4 there, and all the goodie information. Both those comprehensive sheets. The Lindo Report's available right now here at the South Point, only in Las Vegas, here, free of charge, complimentary, because they love horse players here. and John's selections, that's for sure. John, anything happened yesterday that piqued your interest? But all I can say is that big win, that was a big win in the Woodbine Mile.
Yeah, the notable speech was good, and Ben Tornado coming off that layoff, dealing with that speed of Skelly to his outside and re-braking down the lane, he was really good, and we know he likes Delmar. I hope he comes out of the race okay. He's got to be a major player in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
All I can say about Skelly nowadays, he would look like he was bearing out down the backstretch, and when they turned for home, you saw a right blinker cup on his right side. So this horse might start getting a little bit of a problem of bearing out. Skelly did, and he finished off the board.
He's done that for a while. He's been wearing that extension blinker for a while, and that's just him. And I don't think you can rate him. You have to just drop the reins and let him run, because if you pull against him, he starts lugging out.
Yeah, no question about that. But that's something you got to watch out for Skelly. But yeah, that was a nice win off a 10-month layoff for Ben Tornado. All right, what are we doing today at Los Al?
Well, let's go to Churchill Downs first. They come up first.
Okay.
We'll go to the 10th race at Churchill Downs, and number 4, Moon over Choctaw, had no chance against the dominant speed bias last time at Ellis Park. Ran third, ran pretty well. Gets over her home track today, drops into a starter allowance. Good, healthy work pattern since that race. Over a fair track, I think she gets the job done today. 6-1 on the program. Number 4, Moon over Choctaw. Race number 10 at Churchill Downs.
All right, 10th and final race today at Churchill Downs. Number 4, Moon over Choctaw. The 4 in the 10th race there at a nice 6-1 with Christian Torres aboard. 10th and final, number 4 at Churchill. Now we'll go to Los Alamitos.
Race 7 at Los Alamitos. I'll take on Richie. I like number 2, Over Attracted. The Los Alamitos horse for the course has been freshened since the summer meet up there at Los Alamitos. There's enough speed to set her up, and I think the 6.5 furlongs is going to be right in her wheelhouse here. 9-2 on the program. Look for number 2, Over Attracted, to be running late. 7th race today at Los Al.
All right, 7th race at Los Alamitos, number 2, Over Attracted, the 2 in the 7th race. And you and Richie have given me a Siraco play today, an exacta box in the 7th race of the 2-8-8-2. You come with the 2, Richie comes with the 8. We'll see if you guys can battle it out to the wire in the 7th race at Los Al. And again, remember, full lender report for all of Los Alamitos and all of and the last 5 races at Churchill Downs right now here at the South Point, free of charge, only here in the gaming capital. Real quick, John, your schedule for the lender reports as you see them for next week.
I'll be doing the late pick 5 at Churchill Downs Thursday through Sunday, and we'll do that closing week at Los Alamitos Friday through Sunday. That's the full cards at Los Al.
Okay, and also, I would be remiss if you didn't like a football game today.
I like the teams with the Ds. I like Denver, Dallas, and Detroit. So if it starts with D, I'm on them.
All right. So you hope they give their A games the D teams, I guess, in that reflection. That's for sure. And, of course, any thoughts about doing anything with the Pennsylvania Derby next week?
No, I'm just going to watch the race. We're going to have a lot of California horses out there, but it's not a track I play regularly. I don't watch it. So just to fire something out there, I don't think that's the right thing to do.
All right. You got it, my man. And we will well, I'm going to hold you over because Jerry has not reported in yet with us today. I want to remind everybody out there well, here he is. Okay. Thanks a lot, John. We will talk to you on Wednesday.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right. Now we'll go to Jerry Jackowitz, who we thought was not going to show up today, but he's got his Giants cap on. And Jerry, I want to let you know that the Giants are going to play those Cowboys today. It's a rivalry. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very optimistic, but I can't say anything about it. They don't look that good.
Okay, we've got a minute to do 2 reports, 2 picks now because we're a little late. Go.
Let's go to Aqueduct, race number 8. Number 7, Always Practical. Just really looks good. Take the 7 with the 1-2-5. Reverse 1-2-5 over the 7. The 7, Always Practical in the 8th.
All right. You have the 7 in the 8th race over 1-2-5 and reverse. Jonathan Hardoon comes with the 2 horse, so I got another Siraco play here in the 2-7-7-2 exacta box there at Belmont. Jerry's pick is the 7. Now we'll go to Los Alamitos, where that reverse play hit big yesterday.
Yeah, and I beat John there.
Yeah, you did.
Right, let's go to the fourth race. That was a tremendous play. We got the exacta trifecta
Right.
superfecta.
Go.
Let's take the 2 over the 4, 6, 7. This looks like a great play as well.
Okay.
Kimura.
And again, I got a Siraco play here because Bob Mazurski came with the 3 horse, but you like the 2 over 4, 6, 7 in reverse. The 2 is your play in the 4th race at Los Alamitos. I'll imagine we'll just throw in the 3 there as well, huh?
Absolutely.
There you go, my man. Okay. 2 over 3, 4, 6, 7 in reverse. 4th race at Los Alamitos. Get those power pages right now at jerryjspowerpage.com for Los Alamitos and Belmont at Aqueduct. Way to go, Jerry. Say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.